How's it going, ladies and gents? It's Flack. Here we have the soldering kit. VFD tube clock kit, rather. No one actually posted any questions. Oh well. So I figured I'd tell a story. Now this is a real life story about the time that I was in vocational training. The teacher wasn't there. Of course. Nothing would happen with the teacher being there. But the teacher wasn't there, and we had a sub. What are these? Are these... Gotta make sure I put the diodes in the right place and in the right position. Hold on. Yep, that is 1N4007. As I was saying, the teacher wasn't in, so we were goofing around, all of us, including me. The guy known as K, and will be here on known as K, thought it'd be a good idea to let's fool around with some compressed air in the shop. Everyone knows where this is going, who's messed with compressed air. He thought, let's fill up a bottle and shoot it across the room. Alright, let's do it. I thought it would be a fun little thing to do. It's no harm, no foul. Not a big deal. No one was going to get hurt. That's what we were thinking. I'm off shot. I am sorry. So we started messing with bottles. We took a small little that diode is not flat. Burning my finger. Okay. Guess that diode is going to stay like that. What was I saying? Yes. So we took some small, like, water bottles, shot them across the room. I think we popped a couple. Not a big deal. How we did it is we drilled a hole inside the cap and put it on the air nozzle and then shot it across the room. Then we thought, let's go a little bigger. And first we started messing with water. We filled my iced tea jug with water and hit it with a hammer. That wasn't exciting at all. We were going to fill it with air, but we decided not to because it's the iced tea jug was a thick plastic and we didn't want shrapnel everywhere. Anyways, we find a 2-liter soda bottle. I don't remember exactly what it was. It might have been a Coke bottle. And we thought, oh, this is going to be fun. Let's shoot this across the room. Well, here's what happened. Now, the substitute teacher was standing right there. He was reading on some spreadsheets that you'd use on an overhead... I forgot what the term is. But anyways, he was reading something. And Kay decides to do it right behind him. Although the bottle didn't actually shoot off. It went to about a 2-liter soda bottle size to about a 6-liter balloon-sized bottle. The first thing I did was I ran as fast as I could and dove behind a big diesel engine because it was vocational training, diesel technologies. I shielded my head, and that might have been the loudest sound that I've ever heard indoors. After probably about 15 seconds, I got up, looked around. No one was there. Everyone was gone. And I'm wondering, where did everyone go? What happened? And I thought the rapture happened. So I'm immediately freaking out like, oh no, I'm left here alone. But then I go and look in the classroom, and everyone's just sitting like this, their hands crossed, like the teacher's teaching them something. I go in there, everyone's snickering. The teacher's like, this is too much. You guys have gone too far. Tomorrow we're taking off the heads off the motors. And of course we weren't going to do that because we would have a regular teacher then. Alright. I think I got an extra diode left over, which is fine. Let's solder on the socket. But, anyways, we all said that if anything were to happen, we would say it was an ether explosion. We were trying to start a motor and the ether exploded out the exhaust. Pretty smart, huh? Not smart at all. Whoop. Oh, no. Don't tell me that. Alright, I'm going to need to take this off shot. Alright, that was a close one. The socket actually fell out and the solder pad filled with solder, so... Oh well, it's alright. So, that's what our day was like. We immediately said, yeah, it was an ether explosion. No one ever questioned it. But when it happened, the teacher was like, "What are you doing?" Oh my gosh, he probably had a stroke. He was an older guy, so we definitely could have given him a heart attack. But, yeah, that was fun. Anyways, that day ended. Well, not ended, but everyone was leaving. And a guy named B had a tow truck with a siren on it. And he was following me home. And he blasts his siren. Scared the living daylights out of me because I thought it was a cop. Oh, those were good times. Much simpler times. If I can get this plastic wrap off. I might as well tell you another story about vocational training. This involves an injury, so it's a little grotesque. Same substitute teacher that we had. I think this was before. I don't remember. But we were all fooling around. And everyone was in the back room. We were chilling out back there. And there's a lot of stuff in the back room that you can trip on, fall over. A lot of things that you could get impaled on. See where this is going? That's going to be impossible to open, so instead I'm going to do the bell, the buzzer. Anyways, so we're all in the back room chilling. And this involves me. This injury involves me. In fact, let's see if I can find a pic. Oh, I don't have any pictures now that I think about it. But I fall over I slam my head on this gearbox cutaway. So it's a gearbox with some slots cut in it so that you can actually see inside the gearbox, see how it works, see the gears turning, all that sorts of cool jazz. I immediately say, "Oh, guys, I think I broke my nose," because I hit it right between my eyes, and I thought I broke my nose. And they say, "Flack, you're bleeding." What? What? Can you see my skull? And I squinched my eyes, kind of like I wouldn't say in distrust, but like, in shock. And B, the same guy that had the siren truck, looked away, and I immediately knew he saw my skull. He did actually physically see white, my skull, right between the eyes. That light just went out. Oh, battery is low, so this might be cut short. So immediately, we're all rushing to get me napkins, paper towels. I'm bleeding everywhere. And that's when I look at myself in the mirror. And I look like the Ring Girl, except I'm covered in blood. I slit between my eyebrows. Yeah, between my eyebrows. And immediately they're like, "Flack, where do you live? Are you alright?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I didn't have a concussion. So I get to the nurse's office, and of course the nurse is freaking out. "Oh my god, what did you do?" I slammed my head into a gearbox cutaway. She's like, "Let me call your parents." Oh my god. So she calls my parents. She tells me to lay down. Alright, as I was saying, I just wanted to plug in the phone that I'm using to film with. So the nurse calls my parents. My parents come in. They're kind of like a little shocked, a little shooken up. And I'm going to hold that thought just real quick. I'm going to look at these transistors and I'm going to place them in the board so that way it's a little easier on letting people watch. Because watching me fumble around is not fun. Alright, as I was saying, so my parents come in. They're shocked. Then they see that my injuries aren't grave. It's not a big deal. Just a small little cut on my head, about an inch. But it's deep. That's where the nurse started freaking out because it was so deep. So they bring me to the emergency room. Now I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get stitches. And this was back when I was not a fan of needles. I still don't like needles, but that was back when needles and me did not mix. So they said, well, we can do two things. We can suture you up using stitches, or two, we can use glue. And I was like, oh yeah, glue! That's perfect! Yeah, let's do the glue! So they lay me down, they put almost like a dam around my, the wound with tape. So that way the glue can settle in there and pool. So then they get the glue. That's just in fact, do I still have it? I might still have it. Because it's a cool little... I do. Nope, I don't. Oh, I do! I do. This is Dermabond. Yeah, I still have that because I'll tell you why in a moment. So I'm like, yeah, cool, fine, yeah, let's do the glue. So they start gluing me. And all I say is, oh, that feels really good. And I stop. And it feels as if someone's putting a red-hot soldering iron on my forehead. This stuff burns like hell. They had to hold me down because I almost scratched all the glue off. They told me, calm down, don't stress your face, because it would glue my face to whatever position I put it in. So I had to relax my face. Meanwhile, this stuff is burning me alive. Yeah, that was not fun. The next day, I went to my teacher. I'm like, yeah, I'm alright. I figured he already knew. He's like, you're alright from what? He didn't know. No one told him. Yeah, I showed him my forehead, and he's like, oh, you got hurt. You're going to have to show me how you got hurt. No problem. I told him, I fell over this milk crate, which then I slammed my head into the gearbox cutaway, and that's it. Also, you notice that I put more components in than the transistors. I put the battery in. Put one big resistor in. That resistor right there. I tell you my favorite scar story. Now, this might freak out some people, but that is a scar from when I was 1 to 2 years old. I was about 1 or 2 years old at my grandparents' house. My mom was there, and she was watching me. I was just playing, I think, with my toys or whatever. Not taking them apart at that point. But a vase fell and shattered. So me, being a young kid, not knowing any better, I ran over to the vase as fast as I could. Past my mom, she couldn't grab me. I slipped on a convenient puddle of milk, and wham, right into the glass. It destroyed every tendon in my hand. The hand is completely okay, it works fine. But it destroyed every tendon in my hand. I think I could only move my thumb and pinky. And I'm not even sure if I can move that. I don't remember specifics. So my mom calls my dad, who is at work. Come quick! Fleck hurt himself! Ah! And he comes in. And he sees me sitting there calmly sucking on a bottle like nothing ever happened. And he's like, what do you get me all the way over here for? He's fine. I wasn't fine. Check his hand. So he checks my hand and he's like, oh, that is bad. Now, mind you, this is around 4th of July. The thing is that we had to wrap up my hand. Had to go to the doctors. We got one doctor who said, yeah, I'll do it. And my dad was like, I don't feel good about this guy working on my son's hand. Which, he had a point. I think he just wanted it for the money. And then the insurance company started to mess with us, saying, oh, we want this doctor to do it. My dad said no. And they said yes. My dad said no, and if my son doesn't get proper help, I will hold you guys financially responsible if he's disabled. So I was very close to being a disabled kid with only one working hand. But anyways, so we finally get a specialist from Philadelphia Children's Hospital to work on my hand. I forgot the doctor's name. I've never met him. I've always wanted to meet him and shake his hand with this hand and say, when I'm shaking his hand, you fix this hand that you're shaking. We got a specialist to work on who only worked on little children's hands. I forgot how long the surgery took. But as you can see, I'm using my hand right now. It is totally within working parameters. It's completely fine. The scarring, it feels tight. If I were to stretch my thumb, yeah, it feels tight. But other than that, it's fine. I like freaking people out with this because I like going towards them with that. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes it peels because a lot of it, this is a huge cord of dead skin, really. Or not dead skin, but skin that's just kind of just peels sometimes. Let me just take this off shot real quick, make sure I'm soldering this right. No, I'm not. I need more solder. But anyways, yes. I had a specialist work on my hand, and without that specialist, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now. I wouldn't be playing video games. I wouldn't be filming. My entire life could have been changed. That, or I could have gotten a sick amputation and gotten a robotic hand and been able to say, I never asked for this. If anyone gets that reference. Alright, well, I think that's good for right now. Tell me if you want to hear more stories, and if not, I'll just keep my mouth shut and do a fast film edit of, or not fast film, fast forward of me soldering this together. A high-speed soldering. And let me know if you have any questions. Maybe I'll answer some questions while I'm at it. Thank you for watching.